It looks like Hailey used a monkey paw to broker her relationship with Justin, and as any good monkey paw will do, it will always come back to bite you. Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette. This is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I'm a professional intuitive empath. So good to share energy with you today. Come on in. Thank you for inviting me in. We're going to get into this work about Hailey, Selena, and Benny. Destiny swapping, monkey paws, bad karmic contracts, and full circle moments. This one is juicy, guys. I believe that celebrities sign up to work with us to see literally the storybook play out in real life. We all will pay attention to a good story, once upon a time, and all that jazz. We are looking for someone to get their happily ever after. It looks like that could potentially be the trajectory that Selena and Benny are on. But then we're also looking for the interest points in the story too. And that's the work that Justin and Hailey will do. What an interesting choice. What a beautiful, clear lesson about choosing a karmic relationship for the heck of it rather than for the healing of it. But that is the lesson that we learn in any karmic relationship and dynamic. What makes this particularly interesting is that Hailey, unfortunately, because the internet will internet, has a very documented past of being, I would say, the textbook karmic, in that she stalked, she observed, she probably did spiritual work. That's just in my guesstimation. I have no proof. I don't know these people. Allegedly, that's the word I need to use. She did spiritual work allegedly. I just read the energy signature on her. The way that my gifting works is that I'm able to see energy on people. So it's not like Evil. Y'all know that show Evil, where the nun who is magical sees the demons. No, I do not see demons physically in that form, that very graphic form that the show shows. I do see entity attachments though. And I see when people shapeshift or manifest demons. Unfortunately, yes. Okay. So what I will tell you is Hailey has several entity attachments. That's just on a 10,000. And how could she not? She is attached to Justin, who also is inundated with entity attachments. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother thing. And that's why this is such a delicate subject to manage, because of the ditty of it all, because PTSD and abuse allegedly, that I feel like is allegedly going to be made very clear for all of us to know and see here, factors in, and what we do to escape our abuse and our trauma. And that is why these stories matter and these celebrity examinations are important, because they parallel our lives as well. And if we can learn from observation, then that's a fresh hell that we can stay out of. And even if we didn't learn and we had to go through the story and through the lesson, then I want you to transmute it differently and make a different choice, or at least observe behavior, so you're not judging yourself so harshly. There are mitigating factors in this story, but for today, we're going to focus on the one that may be pertinent to something you may have experienced, or maybe a little inkling and feeling you've gotten as you've been observing this couple, if you've been paying attention. Selena and Justin were famously together. They were together off and on for 8 years or so. They were very public back and forth. It's all documented. The internet will internet. I will certainly see if I can find a quick reference teaching tool for you to connect below. Nevertheless, it's out there should you be interested to find it. And so Hailey was very obsessed with Justin, but more than being obsessed with Justin, Hailey was obsessed with Selena. And that's what the internet has truly sleuthed and discovered and sewn together the tapestry and the pieces of. Hailey's obsession with Selena is so uncomfortable to watch. And if you've ever been in that position and had a single white female or a single black female or a single fill in the blank female ever attach themselves to you and fixate on you and all of that, you will know what you're looking at has a look, and that's entity attachment. What's funny is you guys see entities too. You just haven't yet trained your third eye and your intuition to recognize it as such. I notice vibrational shifts in people and facial shifts and all of that stuff too. And I'm paying attention to the basics of body language reading. But demonic entity attachments and energies is a different thing. But there's a look to it. That vacant and hollow look that now she embodies because she's exhausted. When I say how could she not have demonic attachment, she's laying next to Justin whenever they so choose to lay together. Energy transference happens through sacral portals, specifically our solar plexus, our sacral chakra, our root chakra. The bottom three are where we are sharing all of our creation and our manifestation and our self-esteem energy, are what makes us feel stability in that root chakra. And when you're sleeping with a partner and you're sexual with anybody, this doesn't have to be your partner, your husband, your spouse. It could be your random hookup. It could be your situationship. It could be your whatever, your cuddle buddy. You are exchanging energy. And that means that you're also exchanging karma, and that means that you're also exchanging demons. In the way that I soulmate date, I'm so careful about connecting with people because without ever touching someone, because of the level of empath you guys are, the level of empath I am, we are transferring energy and almost becoming like dialysis machines and cleaning people with their stuff. And if you love someone, it's worth the investment because ostensibly it's going to be a reciprocated relationship. But if it's not, that's where we get very quickly depleted. That's what leads to our autoimmune issues. I have a video here, I'll connect it below. Autoimmune issues in the empath. There is a correlation, a direct correlation. There's a direct pipeline from narcissist to autoimmune issue for us. So there is a high cost for us to be misaligned sexually. And it's not just about pleasure and instant gratification. In my older age, I can manage my sexual energy no matter how potent I may think it is, because I know it's potent and it's creative. And if you connect with the wrong person, they will drain you, sis. And they will leave you vacant and hollow with their entity attachments that you now have to figure out how to purge. So what we watch with those two is misery and the lowest that it can get. But that's what happens when you do something just to make someone else hurt. Selena and Benny are coupled up, and Benny used to be Justin's best friend. This is messy. It's the kind of mess that I love to teach from because it's the reality of life. Doing the work that I do, talking with you guys every day, helping you work through your stuff. All y'all are living your own telenovelas. I'm just going to keep it 1,000 with you. You call me, you know what it is. So I'm going to tell you, it's messy like this too, sis. Celebrities, they're just like us. I promise you, all of my clients are celebrities. Okay? Not literal celebrities, but what I'm saying, but not literal celebrities. But y'all live celebrity lives. Your life is just as salacious as what's in the pages of page 6. I promise you. But this is the deal with those two. Selena and Benny working together now just made a song because Benny's an amazing and talented producer, and he used to be Justin's bestie. He cut Justin off. There's so many beautiful lessons here because he decided, I'm going to show up and I'm going to leave and cleave. This is biblical founded. Ironic that Justin was the Christian, Benny is Jewish, but he's teaching him Christian principles of leaving and cleaving, which the Jewish community is fantastic anyway, for their amazing familial values. I'm channeling Williamsburg right now, so maybe there's someone here from the Williamsburg area in New York. Listen, guys, what the two got into is a partner swap, destiny switch. So many things have happened there. But there is a couple that seems to be faring much better, and a couple that's struggling to breathe the thinnest of air. There is also this song that just came out. You're so embarrassing, just look at you now. And it's the words Selena has divulged that some girl told her. And the words go like this. He loves me, I love him. You know, essentially like, you're so embarrassing, just look at you now. Guys, this is what I love about our angels. This is what I love about karmic retribution. You don't ever have to seek vengeance. If you live integrally, if you're honest, if you speak the truth, if you hold yourself accountable, it's not always easy to do. People may look at us earth angels and be like, oh, you're goody two shoes. No, it's not easy to do. There's a lot of work and energy that goes into keeping our integrity, towing the line, walking the line. I'm channeling Johnny Cash. That may be significant for somebody here. So, oh yes, I understand, because you're talking about divine coupledom, and I think of Johnny and June. We got married in a fever. Oh, the angels are writing the script today. We got married in a fever is exactly what Justin and Hailey would have to say, or sing if she could. But you know who can? Selena. And she sang a song about the words that Hailey said to her allegedly, which is, "You're so embarrassing. Just look at you now." And it's a full 180, isn't it? They're so embarrassing. Just look at them now. Look how Justin treats her. I know he is dripped in his own PTSD, pain, and God knows what else allegedly. But what we also know is what narcissism looks like. If you're here on this channel to any degree, you have some history, whether it is parental, whether it is relational, whether it is with a coworker, an employer, an employee. You have dealt with someone who has treated you narcissistically. You are an empath if you're watching this, and you are an earth angel, and there will not be any exceptions. You have some level of understanding, and intuitively, 5 minutes of watching what's happening with Selena and Justin, excuse me, that was Freudian. Justin wishes he was still with Selena. That's the truth. That's the channeled message there. With Hailey and Justin, you see that she is getting treated terribly, but you also see a desperation that causes her. This is the monkey paw, and I will connect the definition of monkey paw below, but essentially it's you making a wish for something that you think you want so bad, and you get it, but it's at a great cost. It's at an ironic loss, and it's at a great loss and a great cost. All of those words. Everything is switched. And a destiny switch, which Hailey tried to do. Another video, we'll talk about the destiny switch with Hailey and Selena in another video. But it's pertinent to this one to a certain degree. And while she was in a destiny switch with Selena actively, she looked radiant. She married the person Selena really loved, that actually loves Selena. She had a baby, and Selena was still searching weirdly and painfully for love. But if you understand spirituality, there was far more going on. That's why I said spiritual work by Hailey done allegedly. Selena's fairly innocent. I'm not saying she's perfect, but what I'm going to say is that she is a good human. She tries. That's what her energy reads to me. It doesn't read facade. It doesn't read airs. That's what Hailey's reads. You guys get it? That's karmic energy. Karmic energy in and of itself, to understand, doesn't know who it is or who they are. So they want to jump into your God's plan in your body and inhabit your energy because they do not have a real identity. And so that's why she copies everything Selena does. Selena is self-actualized. Because of the abuse that Selena went through, she chose to do the hard work of some time by herself. She always dated, but we saw that she took a while before she actually connected with someone who was right for her because she wasn't willing to settle. And whilst netizens have so much to say about Benny Blanco's looks, because we are a superficial society, what we cannot dispute is that this man loves Selena and treats her beautifully. And that she is flourishing, regaining all of the things that seem to be sucked down in the destiny swap. All of the things. Always a beauty, that Selena. However, she definitely felt affected and seemed affected by all of the shenanigans that were going on in that spiritual warfare that she was entrenched in. Even though she would be like, I don't want to be part of this narrative and whatever. She's a part of it because that man was a part of her life. That's another thing. That karma from your ex-partners, that's why it's so important to do your cord cutting and your separation. And the evidence that Selena's cord cutting and separation work and her salting and her salt baths and all of that stuff is finally taken is that we're watching her ascend into a relationship with a divine masculine for her, no matter what we think of her choice. She had her ideal about what was right for her, her Maximilian. There's a video that will be up here by the time this is loaded, or vice versa, where I'm talking about manifesting your Maximilian, about maybe saying, thank you, Sierra, for that prayer, but like Eve, let's manifest our Maximilian. And our Maximilian doesn't have to be what society says. I make a reference in there about Rihanna choosing A$AP Rocky over her previous billionaire boyfriend or millionaire boyfriend. And anybody would be like, you're crazy, girl, you should have taken him. But when you have done the work on yourself, you can manifest what love feels like for you. And for Selena and Benny, they are each other's dreams come true. But you know who is not the beautiful nightmare? Well, actually, she is a beautiful nightmare. Didn't Justin say if you weren't so hot, I'd get rid of you? This is the way he talks to this woman who is his wife, and he's recently admitted he got married to her because he thought it would fix the pain that was going on in his life. This is a common mistake that many of us make, and this is why these celebrities are such fantastic teachers for this. This is a common mistake that celebrities make. This is a common mistake that we make, because we're just like celebrities. We will choose something that we think will be an easy fix versus the long and uncomfortable road of really healing it, a la Selena. So Selena did the real work. She fought for her destiny back, and she fought for her happy, whatever that was, and she found it exactly where she wanted to find it at. And there were choices. The thing that I think about Selena and Benny that is a brilliant depiction of divine masculine and divine feminine union coming into union is that he had to make cuts. And so many of us are in relationship dynamics with people, or soulmates that come to us, or potential divine partnerships that come to us, but they are not strong enough. They don't have the chutzpah, the balls, they don't have the pum to stand up to their tribe, whatever that may be, to fulfill an incredible destiny. So those two now have the opportunity to explore, but it meant Benny was going to be tested too if he was going to be the right partner for Selena, and they were going to sign the soul contract to do the work they needed to do, and that meant cutting off someone who he loved dearly. Now, I know it's supposed to be hope before bros and all the rest of it, but when you're a grown ass, when you're an adult, when you don't have a failure to launch, when you're actually working through your stuff, whatever that may be, you will have no problem saying, Justin, I love you, homie, but we need some time. He put up the most cute meme. It was Shrek and Donkey, and it was Fiona and Shrek, and he's Shrek, Benny Shrek, and he's saying to Justin, he's like, you know, we need some time by ourselves, friend. Like, Benny is emotionally compassionate. He has a high EQ. So and that's what makes a good partner, guys. Surprise. It's not the way that they look, but it's the way that they look at you, and the way they communicate with you, and the way they connect with you, especially for my sapiosexuals out there. It's not just about sex. That will come, and you know what I feel about that for us. Empaths, specifically, and earth angels. There's vulgarity on this channel. If you're new here, we're great fucks, but we're better lovers. We're lover girls, and we're lover boys, okay? But that means that's Selena, a lover girl. But if a lover girl gets with a fuck boy, Justin, what do we have? We have the ending of worlds. We have lingering trauma for Selena and lingering trauma for Justin. 23 times. There's another song that she writes earlier, Ring. He called her 23 times on his wedding day because he knew that who he was marrying wasn't going to satiate him. Some of you guys have been put into third-party karmic dynamics where people are choosing up on you, and really, they was choosing down, boo. They was choosing all the way down. They were settling for what they could control, or what they could have, and what they could mess over with. Selena had standards. She kept insisting, Justin, treat me better. And it wasn't until she matured some and grew up that she decided, the only one who's going to save me is me. Justin's not going to give me something because he's empty. So I have to give this to me. And that's a lesson a lot of us have learned. There's an incredible takeaway there. But 23 times on your wedding day to the karmic that you chose, that tells any of you listening that's ever had to get a reading, that's ever wondered what happened in any of your dynamics and partnerships, everything you need to know. I had that experience myself, guys, with my toxic twin, my toxic ass twin. That on my wedding day, specifically, she was calling me, talking about, why are you doing this to me and to us? They will be so toxic. Did she ever once get right, act right, love me correctly? Sometimes, occasionally, a smattering, a breadcrumb or three, obviously, or I wouldn't have been there, right? Hashtag codependency and anxiety. She stoked all of my anxiety. She triggered every freaking trauma for me. But when I was like, okay, I guess I'll go get married and fix it and do the thing, she was like, ring, ring, ring. There's a textbook for these narcissists, homies. They all do the same thing. Why am I listening to her drunk ass on the phone when I should be down on the beach with my family, my friends, and my person? That part. Now, so I know what Selena went through to that degree, but not to that degree because it wasn't, well, yeah, I was 12 years a slave in that relationship. It was a long-term relationship. My point is this. They don't want to act right with you, but they want to call you when they're like, I'm about to pick this Karmic and make it do what it do. Okay, well, do that. Hailey wanted Justin so bad, she stalked him. She placed herself in position. She did all kinds of stuff. If I were to really list it, ain't nobody got time. You got to go watch a true crime channel for that, because that's the level of diabolical planning and stalking she does. Karmics do not know who they are, so they have nothing to do but fixate. I wondered that in the beginning of this. I was like, how is this bitch so bored that she's stalking me this much? How are you watching my videos more than my person was? How, Sway? How did this happen? It's because they have nothing to do, and they are inspired by you. Who are you? You're powerful, you're actualized, you're talented. Selena, singer, Oscar winner, actress, all the things. The Mickey Channel lady girl evolved beautifully through that weird transition of Disney into pop, managed to do it without losing her damn mind beyond Justin and some other men on some demon time. But the point is that Hailey is a model. You pretty. It reminds me of Aretha Franklin saying that Taylor Swift, who is Selena's bestie, had beautiful dresses, because she didn't want to say that she was a powerhouse singer, because Taylor is an incredible artist of our century. But is she singing and belting like Aretha? No. And Aretha was shady. Those old ladies. Now, nevertheless, God bless and rest the queen, RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. Also, find out what it means if you're in a karmic relationship. It means nothing. That word doesn't exist. They don't know how to spell it, sing it, or say it. And Justin could sing it if he wanted to. The karmic has time to stalk you because they have nothing else to do. And that's how come she has stalked Hailey, because she's thinking, if I can take that's how come she stalked Selena, because Hailey thinks she is Selena. Girl, that part. I'm channeling here. We're reading. That's how come she stalked Selena, because she thought, if I can take on your essence, if I can become you. And that's also induced by a crazy narcissist who will triangulate you and be like, oh, well, Selena didn't do it that way, and Hailey's over here trying to figure out how to curl her hair that is not of Latino descent like Selena. That's how these narcissists will have you lose your damn mind. And a karmic that's never been anchored in her mind, because she's always on demon time, because she doesn't know who she is yet. And P.S., we've been on demon time too. Yes, me and you. Me talking to you and you talking to me. I've been somebody's karmic too on some fuckery. The point is, you need to understand the dynamic so you do not repeat it infinitesimally, and you do not continue the cycle like Hailey. Hailey has a choice. Justin and Hailey are at a Saturn return right now. Both of them at the same age, just hitting their 30s, having the baby. That was the way they chose. They chose marriage and the baby. That's not going to fix it. Those two will be divorced. It's happening. That's it. That's not even an allegedly, but allegedly, okay? Allegedly they'll be divorced. Not allegedly, okay? But my point in saying that is, that's the only way, because Hailey has to choose herself, find out who she is, and know what it is to be nourished in a relationship. But that means she's going to have to do some of the self-work that she needs to do. Back to the divine counterparts and Benny choosing Selena over Justin. He adored Justin, has beautiful stories with Justin, a real friendship with Justin. But the issue is like, I'm a man and I want to be with my woman. That's what many of us have dreamed for in our soulmate connections and partnerships. It's not for people to abandon their family and friends to any degree, but to choose the divine union and move forward together beautifully. And you will get to see that happen with Benny and Selena to a certain degree. I have some other opinions about them. I don't think it's a perfect situation, but nothing is. But you know what I love here as a Leo is I love, sis. I love when I see real love, and whatever soulmate contract they have, and for whatever duration and time they have it, I can say, as a woman that has worked with so many couples and so many women all over the world in various stages of love relationships, that Hailey, oh my gosh, Hailey is really wishes she could swap with Selena now. That's funny. I think Hailey wishes that she had someone that really loved her. I think she understands fully what she got herself into with her Monkey Paw manifestation. But Selena has a love that is authentic. Right now, in her hands, Selena and Benny have a mutually divine partnership. A mutually divine partnership where they are intertwined and they actually love it there with each other, and they will have lessons learned. It doesn't mean it's going to be a perfect union, but it means that it's a union that they both chose. And that's one of the things that we don't often get to see in the metaphysical community. We're always, people are reading all this stuff and they're like, oh, the divine masculine's working, da, 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 da. I hate all of that, y'all. You have many soulmates and many people that come in. You do not have to wait for your divine masculine to do anything. Selena should have been waiting for Justin to get his shit together, because it looks like to this day his shit's still not together. And whilst we have compassion for what he's gone through, we are not going to excuse the behavior of a narcissist who does seem to love to abuse. He's been a dick. And I get it. It's been tough. But we have abuse stories too, right? We know about SA too, right? We know about neglect and being orphaned and weird parents and all the rest of it, right? And we don't go through life treating people that way. There are choices that people make. And don't you ever let anybody gaslight you into thinking that they can't help the choices they make or the chances they take with your heart. Be careful with me. That's what Cardi said, and no lies were told. You will have to choose yourself. Cardi's another one. You're going to have to choose yourself when you're in a karmic dynamic with a person that is siphoning the life and energy out of your soul. But insofar as Hailey, her lesson is, don't you ever manifest with a monkey paw again, crazy bitch. Never again. You did it, and you will never, for in perpetuity, in history, in the annals of time, your relationship will be a cautionary tale of manifesting at all costs. Hailey's energy in manifesting Justin was the 5 of Swords, if you're a tarot reader. It is winning at all costs. You won. You did win. But look at the cost. We don't even know what the cost is yet, what the totality of the mental damage that will be taken, because she had to get her sweet pet. And then the cruelty and the malicious energy to turn to Selena and say, you're so embarrassing. Just look at you now. He loves me. I love him. You know that, don't you, sweetie? You're so embarrassing. Just look at you now. Like that's how come she's getting the karma she's getting. She was a karmic who's getting mollywopped right now with karma. It's only just begun. You thought this was a game for fun. Your ass is getting served. She got served. That's what I just heard. You just got served, Hailey. It's about to keep coming because you went out of your way to be nasty to somebody who did her best, even though her heart was broken. You interloped on her shit. You stalked up her man. And, clearly Justin was for the streets. Nevertheless, that's another pivot too. Karmic relationships happen for you. For Selena, it happened for her. At the time, it was terrible. At the time, what's wrong with her? At the time, the tabloids. But the truth of the matter is, God knew on some rascal flats type-ish, God bless the broken road that led you to the most ideal partnership. That's out of Selena's mouth. She said she loved him first. She asked him on a date. Selena actively liked this guy. We're like, how did you land her? It sounds like she tried to land him. My point is, he was balanced enough in his masculine and his feminine to figure out how to do that dance. That's an idealistic thing, not to put them on an idol pedestal, but to say the idea of seeing a union of divine masculine and feminine where he was willing to stand up for her. That's what so many of us have wanted in our relationships and connections. It's like, can you stop creating chaos and just do this work? Because there's money to make and there's growth to happen and there's creativity that abounds. But that sometimes doesn't happen, and people will not hold you down. Do not manifest with the monkey paw. That's the cautionary tale here. And if someone doesn't hold you down, I want you to understand as a divine feminine or masculine what happens for you. If someone was sent into you, don't second guess that. Know that that was fair, that was true. Just like I said for Selena and Benny. No matter what the trajectory of the relationship is, the outcome or the longevity of it is, they were well aligned and appointed with a soulmate contract to create whatever they're about to. And it looks like they've already begun. So just if that were to end, that doesn't mean that it was wrong and they got it wrong and they never loved each other. They absolutely did. They were both sent in because they were to enhance each other's gifts so that further elevation can happen, so that they could tap into areas of each other, of new areas of compassion, new areas of understanding, new areas of growth, creativity, and so on and so forth. Well, let's say you have a divine counterpart that comes in, but they abort the mission and the soul contract is nullified and it's void voided out because they violate, they're abusive, maybe they're Justin, maybe they're an energy vamp, whatever it may be. What happens is you absorb. Soulmate absorption is a thing. The wisdom and the energy that they were supposed to come in and give to thee. That may need to be a separate video. That's a bit of a heavier topic, but I've heard a lot of contemporaries and mutuals talking about this energy, and it's an understanding. It's just a download that you just know as an earth angel. I know it from going to spiritual battle with people. And so whatever the gift is that, let's say Hailey had some amazing karmic gift, meaning some form of strategy or whatever. I'm struggling with her so much. Selena, upon writing the ship from this destiny swap, would absorb that. So whatever her magic energy, whatever it was, even if Selena didn't want to, that's the thing that happens, guys. The angels and your spirit team are watching things happen with you. And they are like, we didn't make mistakes. And so that they can validate that there was no mistakes, not that they need to validate it to you, but they will gift you with what the divine countership was supposed to do, even if they're absent, especially if you stay integral. Do you guys get it? That's how come Selena was able to, with a 360 written with Justin's bestie, write a song that came out of the mouth of Hailey. That's karmic justice that is literally orchestrated by the divine. That's so many things that had to align perfectly. And it aligned because Selena moved with integrity and Hailey was shady AF and entitled and gloating and so proud of herself. And God was testing them. The spirit of Anubis works within us as earth angels and divine feminines. Her heart was being weighed. How will you treat Selena when you have her down on the ground and she's down bad and she's sick? She went through lupus flares up and kidney replacements. Girl, how will you treat her when you won? You got the thing you wanted, mama, Miss Mamas. You got what you wanted. So now, are you still going to flaunt it? Oh, excellent. Anubis was weighing their hearts. One was light as a feather and one was not. One was weighed in the balance and found wanting. Meeny, meeny, tinkle. I'm channeling the Bible. The writings on the wall. Meeny, meeny, tinkle. The writings on the wall. You've been weighed in the balance and you've been found wanting. You fucked up. She fucked up. And that means that whatever gifts that she did have could be easily absorbed into Selena, the divine feminine. Whatever gifts Justin did have that were supposed to be for the light, because Justin, his heart does seem to want to find God to some degree, to some facsimile. He does seem to seek and search and want to find peace. And so we never stop praying for someone. We're going to keep praying for homie. Maybe God could do anything. But what I'm going to tell you is Selena absorbed Justin's light energy. Whatever he was supposed to gift, beyond his actual gift of music, which is incredible, now it gets forfeited to the integral victor. To the victor goes the spoils, but it's not just because it's a consolation gift and prize. It's because the victor acted with integrity and behaved with sensibility and carried themselves with dignity and got it right. And the universe says, we see you. We bow to you, because that's a hard thing to do on this earth plane as a human. You guys chose the hardest school. And if you stand up for what's right and you do it and you don't act like these fools, you level up. But it does make you a bigger target. Heads up, 7-Up. And a lot of you guys may know it. It means that a lot of energy will come your way because you're doing super scion shit. And it's because a lot of divine counterparts and soulmates decided they wanted to be karmic. It's a choice, y'all. Just like you chose it and just like I chose it previously. So the level up with the soulmate absorption thing, that's a thing you can look forward to. It may not be what you want. You may want the partnership. But for me, I don't know. It's the nerd in me. It's the Virgo in my chart. I'll take more gifts. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I learn and I elevate and then I transmute it. And that's what Selena did. And that's why you're watching her in Union, because she chose the higher level. She chose Michelle Obama's way. She chose to go high. She didn't come to play, even though she got played and was played with and then had someone rub it in her face. She's so embarrassing. Just look at her now. It's wild. The Karmics never never cease to amaze me. But for Hailey specifically, that monkey paw manifestation was not worth what it will do as a toll to her sweet and actual innocent baby. The Bible never lied. The sins of the father will be visited, unfortunately, upon the child. And I'm not wishing that. I'm just telling you. And I'm not even saying it so much as a punishment to this child. What I'm saying specifically is that child's going to have to transmute all of that karmic energy. And that's why you don't just do something because, well, I just wanted it to fix my marriage, because that is the real person that's the victim here. This wasn't a victimless crime just because Benny and Selena are about to live their best years. There is a victim here. And that was born of selfishness, not true love, not introspection, not decision making. That was born of desperation. Hailey knew at her Saturn return, we can feel internal clocks ticking, whether she's working with an astrologist or a reader or not. And that wasn't just a biological clock. It was the desperation. We've seen it. Tale as old as time. I've got to keep this guy. They were really on the skids previous to Babygate. But now he's here. And God bless. Is his name Jack Blues or something? But he will have to turn into one of us, guys. You guys get what's happening? And this is how the cycle continues. He will now have to become the empath that's transmuting his mother and father's ridiculous energy. He's going to have to become the generational curse breaker. Or, if he doesn't choose that, he could very well become a casualty. And what I mean by that specifically is to their emotional pain, not in any other way, but like literally he could wear the weight of that poor innocent child. And we are looking at it, and I don't want to be too like dramatic about it, but that's a scenario you've seen play out in your life with real people. Usually someone's going to have to transmute that. And those two do not have the capacity clearly. So a little child will lead them. So pray for the baby. And if you're in your season of Selena and Benny, kudos to you, because it means that was a lot of hard work to do. You don't come into a relationship like that without knowing you. And so if you're not there and that's not where you want to be, or you do want to be there someday, then continue to evolve and actually do real work where you introspect about those childhood wounds, about those things, about those two karmic parents you may have had that turned you into the empath and the earth angel. And then say, you know what? I know I can manifest this for me. And it's not that you have to be desperate about it. And you're not going to be Hailey. Don't you dare use a monkey paw. No one in my collective. I don't even have to worry about that. Big black mama energy. I don't care about your little friends. Don't you monkey paw. Don't you open a jar of nothing. Don't you do any sweetening. Don't you do a damn thing. Love spells are basura. Guys, do you understand? Hailey did a love spell. That's what I was trying to tiptoe around. Let me just say call it a thing. Hailey did a love spell on Justin. With love spells, you can seemingly get what you want. When the person wakes up, they will hate you. I've told this story before, but for those of you that are new, I used to paint murals, and I painted murals and on an Arisha's shop. And so she sold all the candles, all the penis candles and all the stuff, right? And at the end of the 2 weeks of watching customers come in and out and her advice how to use all this stuff, I was dating someone and I was like, hey, I want to get a candle for me and this guy. And she was like, no, let me tell you something. You have a calling on your life. She spoke right over me, even though she was practicing active voodoo. She was like, you have a calling. That's not for you to really ever touch. And she said, here's what I want you to understand. If you do a love spell on someone, it will turn them unaliving us, murder us. That's it. She was like, it will make them hate you when they wake up out of it, and they can literally become violent, or they will be repulsed by you at the very least. And she was like, also, she predicted, she was like, you're not even going to really want old dude in a little bit. She was right. She hit it right out of the park. And she was like, and then he's going to be like stalking you and obsessed with you, and you're going to hate it. And she was right. Even though I didn't do that, it still ended up that way. My point is this. Let love do what it's going to do. People will have their natural responses to you either way you slice it. But when you do that work, I know when someone's put love magic on me, because the way that I instantly like them to the way that I despise them is something to see. It's record breaking. And that's how I know. And then I'll clean and cleanse and do what I need to do. But Hailey did that to Justin. We see the repugnant, repulsed energy. Any practitioner that's on these internet streets, on Beyonce's internet, has looked at Justin and known she did love magic. he hates it there. He fucking hates it there. And when you get to a point where you hate it, when someone starts doing work on you, when they start doing candle magic, all the rest of it, I've had that happen. I had that happen like in the last couple years with one relationship that ended like a year or so ago. The person started doing like reading on me and doing work on me without my permission. It's one thing if you ask someone's permission, can I pull some cards with you and take a look at this? I know just only, metaphysical people. So that's part of my life and that's not a big deal, but we get permission, right? So that started and there wasn't permission. And then there was candle work and there was all the rest of it. And I could tell. And I even tried to combat it with her and was like, hey, I bought us 2 candles. Why don't we do this work together? Because I was like, without telling her, I was like, I know what you're doing. Let's see if we can like calm this down and like stop the bullshit, because I didn't always hate it here, but I'm starting to hate it here. And that lets me know what kind of magic you're doing. The point is, magic was done with Justin, from Hailey to Justin. She wanted him at all costs. That's that monkey paw shenanigan, and she got him, and we're watching the cost. But like I said, Jack, the baby, is going to pay the highest cost of it, having to transmute all of his parents' nonsense, honestly. So understand that regarding all of this karmic stuff. That's a big talk about a lot of things, but I want you to understand, let love come to you. Do not do love magic, okay? Let it come to you, because it comes and goes, guys. And you may think you want to be attached to someone, and then you spend a little time with them and you realize just how much they were never to any degree compatible with you. And if you take time to get to know someone, you'll find that out. Let love naturally fall into you and let you fall into it. That's so important. See what chemistry is. See what it feels like when you're around each other. All those things are big telltale signs. And you may realize like, oh, I'll wait and I'll get back in the line. I'll wait for my Selena. I'll wait for my Benny. Whatever that is for you. If Benny's not your manifestation, that's fine. And if Selena's not your manifestation, that's fine. But don't put yourself in the desperate space of manifesting something just to save face or just to get your way. And it is your misery and your undoing. Hailey will be in therapy for the rest of her natural life, if she knows what's good for her, just to work through what Justin is putting her through currently. Is it worth it, guys? Just to say that you had the victory? To the karmics that got people that they wanted from me, that they were like, she's with you, she must be the prize. When a divine feminine is with someone, we light up their life. It's just the truth. When a divine masculine is with you, they will light up your life. Meaning, when we're in people's lives, things move better. They're manifesting more. Money's coming. They're happier. They're less depressed. Whatever it is. And so we make people look shiny and new. Selena made Justin look amazing, even though Justin, we knew, was kind of a D-bag, honestly. But Selena's light shone on him and made him sparkly. Selena's light's on Benny. Benny is what Benny is, and Selena is like glowing him up. Sis, I literally snapshotted an article because I was going to do a message on it where it says Benny's Instagram is up 90,000 while Selena's is down whatever. That's why it gets tricky, guys. You better be equally yoked with your partner. They better be on the same page, because again, I'm thinking of Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson, and she accused him very verbally and outwardly of like clout chasing and destiny swapping with her. Like, now you're on every cover, whatever. I thought you know, and he stopped being a good boyfriend. He just wanted to have the clout of dating her, and she called him out on it. I hope for Benny and Selena that's not the case, but my point is this. When an empress or divine energy is in your space, you're going to glow up to whatever degree. Magic is befalling upon you. So karmics look at you with someone and they're like, I want what you have. People could be paying someone that could be a partner for you no attention. None of the attention. But as soon as a divine feminine or masculine enters the room, all of a sudden all the attention's here. And also as soon as you leave, it stops. Meaning the treatment stops, the goodness stops, the extra miles that people may have been going stops, the extra attention, because the threat is gone. You are a threat, Earth Angel. You're a threat, divine feminine. So let your real love come in. Don't monkey paw any situation. Don't try to play on anybody's head top, because it'll be you that has to do the cleanup, and that cleanup could last a lifetime, and it could make you actually lose your mind and make you, like Eve said, understand what she meant when she said, love is blind. Don't let it take over your mind. What you think is love is truly not. Do not get a monkey paw so that you can manifest it on demon time. That part. So good sharing energy with you guys. Come back and join me next time, and we'll continue to evolve together.